If you are a hooper, you need to stop doing plyometrics.
What did he say?
This is the stereotypical hooper, about 6 something, skinny, pretty lean, and decently athletic. You know, jumps pretty high, runs pretty fast. I don't really know though, because everybody seems to be getting heavier these days. A lot of these guys I'm seeing these days can be over 200 pounds, and that's like pretty normal now. But in this video, I'm specifically talking about the skinny hoopers. The guys that just do nothing but hoop, like the Kevin Durant's, the Brandon Ingrams, those kind of guys. I used to be built just like this archetype of hoopers, but I was actually a lot more lean than most of them. And I think being super lean is why I always jump so much higher than most people. Athletically, basketball players aren't usually the best. I mean, when you compare them to like football players and track athletes. That's if we're talking about rate of force development, I mean. Which basically means how much force you can produce in a certain amount of time. Overall, athleticism is a complete different story though. Basketball is what would be considered more of a type 2A muscle fiber activity. I say this because although athleticism is important in bursts, for the most part, endurance is more important. Your ability to not get tired will help you play consistently at a high level. Also, the other reason why hoopers can't jump is because they always be skipping the weight room. Or when you are in the weight room, you don't do anything significant, mainly because you're trying to save your energy for the next game. Another reason is because it's a complete different kind of training than basketball cardio kind of training, and it can make you feel uncomfortable if you're not used to it. I can definitely say with confidence that basketball players will probably have the easiest time improving their vertical, only because they have the elasticity and already from playing basketball. But all they're missing is the strength to back it up. In this video, I'll show you why you need strength to back up your elasticity. When you're doing a high velocity jump like you would be when you're playing basketball, it's different than when you're doing something like a box jump. Your muscles won't fully have the time they really need to fully contract concentrically or eccentrically. They perform more isometrically, pulling on the tendons and letting it go, slingshotting it. And the more strength you have, the further it can pull it back. The tendon, that is. Plyos will help you to make your tendons more elastic, but when it comes to that strength, you need to pull the tendon back. It won't really do much. Which is why hoopers especially need to be doing strength and power training. It doesn't matter how elastic you are if you don't have the strength to fully utilize it. Improving the strength and power of your muscles really isn't that complicated. It just takes a lot of time and dedication. If you're new to weight training or don't have much experience in it, you can start with basic weight training. You can get your strength up with basic squats, deadlifts, hip thrusts, calf raises. I would just stick to the basics for 3 to 6 months, depending on how consistent you are. You don't need weights to improve your strength. There are a lot of bodyweight options for you to try. Once you get your strength up, it's time to start power training. Now, because you're playing lots of basketball, you want to stick to high intensity and low reps. A lot of the times I'll go right to powerlifting right after I'm done hooping, just so that I don't have to warm up and go through all of that volume before I can really start doing my real sets. It eliminates all of that wear and tear you get from doing high volume, and you don't even have to do much to see the effects. Even if you just pick 3 exercises, 2 of them can be power, 1 can be strength, or it can be 1 power, 2 strength, 3 to 5 sets, low volume, high intensity. Now, normally people ask me about plyometrics when it comes to jumping higher, and if you're a hooper, I would definitely stay away from plyos. Yes, do not do plyos. When you're at practice or training, you're already doing 2 hours of plyos. Why would you do another hour? At that point, you're getting almost no benefit and you're just hurting your knees. And some people be wondering why they have knee pain. Now, I get it though if you're like a 3-and-D player and you don't move a lot and jump around a lot. Note that I am speaking in general because most hoopers are pretty elastic compared to most other sports. We might not be as strong as other sports, but we definitely do have good tendons. But yeah, if you're a hooper trying to get bouncy, the main points are basically get stronger, don't do plyos, start with the basic lifts, progress to power movements. Don't overdo it, especially after practice. Do like 3 exercises. If you don't have practice, you can do like 5 or 6 even. Body weight is fine, especially in the beginning phases. And yeah, that's all I got for today.